we are going to do the experiment which is to determine the energy band gap of a semiconductor diode, which is a silicon diode. So let's start. So this is our voltmeter, as you can see. This is our ammeter. This is our thermometer, which we will use to determine the temperature of the diode. This is the oven, which we will use to heat up the diode. This is the copper vessel in which we have filled the water. This is the power supply which will give to the oven so that our work can be done. This is the energy band gap apparatus in which the circuit is halfly connected. So first of all, so this is the energy band gap apparatus in which this is the output supply. So output supply, so we will do the output voltage, we will check it as less than 5 voltage. So this is the point where from where we will adjust the voltage. So this indicates that the voltage will not be greater than 5 volt. This is the point where we will on off this circuit. This is the output from which we will connect the output to the circuit. This is the power supply. We although we the voltage less than 5 volt, but we can still regulate it, so it can vary as 2 volt, 3 volt. So this is from this power output we will take the input in this circuit, or which is our main circuit. From here the diode will be given. So there is a voltmeter connected parallel across to the diode, and the ammeter connected in series with the diode. So this is the simpler example. So what we will do in this energy band gap circuit. This is our diode. This is the positive side of the diode. This is negative side of the diode. This is the battery. We already told that the connection is less than, the voltage in this circuit will be less than 5 volt as we switched off this. After that we will connect we are going to connect the diode in the reverse bias. So you will want to know why the diode is not connected in forward bias, we are connecting reverse bias. So this part will be explained by our teammate.
Hello guys, I am here to explain why we connect diode in a reverse bias, not in forward bias. Because if we connect a diode in forward bias, then the current flowing through the diode is very high rate, which is ampere. But in this ammeter, we see that the current we measure it is in unit of microampere. So for measuring the current in a microampere, we need to connect the diode in a reverse bias, so that the current flowing through the diode is of very less.
Let's do the setup for energy band gap. Here on energy band gap apparatus. Now we are going to make the input from the output source. So first of all we will connect the positive to the positive circuit and the negative part to the negative part of the circuit. Now we will make the connection from the diode to the voltmeter, which is already in parallel. So let's start. The positive side is connected to the negative. Now we are going to connect the negative side of the diode to the positive side of the voltmeter. Now we are going to make the circuit for the ammeter connection. Now the negative side is connected to the negative side of the ammeter, and the positive side is connected to the positive side of the ammeter. And in this next process, we will connect the negative side of the voltmeter to the negative part of the voltmeter, and the positive side of the voltmeter to the positive side of the voltmeter. This is our diode setup in which the diode is connected with the terminals so that we can connect easily with the power supply. Now we will connect the diode to the, our connection is completed. Now we will place this in the copper vessel which we have filled with water. We have placed successfully the diode in the water. Now the oven will be connected to the main circuit. From which we will get current to heat up the diode. The main part which we have to do is to insert the thermometer so we can measure the temperature accurately of the diode. Now the power circuit is on, so the diode will be heat up. So the circuit is on from few times. Now we will check the temperature. The temperature is 32.6 degrees Celsius. It is increasing quite fastly. Temperature is quietly rising. Now we will make the video of the another part when the temperature reaches 70 degrees. Now the temperature reached nearly 80 degree. Now we will proceed further. We have switched off the oven, and we put down the copper vessel in the table so that we can cool down the diode. Now we will proceed further by connecting. We have already connected the ammeter and voltmeter. Now we'll take the reading of temperature of the diode and reverse saturation current simultaneously. We will come back after taking the readings because it will take too much time to show in the video.
Here we have used the precaution that we have taken the temperature of 80 degree up to 80 degree because the thermometer we use it cannot withstand such a high temperature as silicon uses 125 degrees Celsius. So that this temperature cannot withstand with such a high temperature. So we have maintained the precaution of having a temperature up to 80 degrees Celsius.
Hello guys, I am here to discuss the observation part of this experiment. Here we have observed that at 70 degrees Celsius, the current reverse saturation current flow through diode is 47.1 microampere. At 65 degrees Celsius, we observed that 42.3 microampere current flows through the diode. Similarly, all the data are observed here, but for calculation purpose, we have to convert the temperature into Kelvin, as we done here. 70 degrees Celsius into 3 would is 3.15 Kelvin. Okay. Similarly, all the temperatures are converted into Kelvin. Now, to calculate the energy band gap of a given diode, we have to calculate firstly the slope of the log IRS upon the TK, temperature at Kelvin. Okay, as we done here, slope. For that, we have to calculate 1.67 minus 1.25 divided by 2.91 minus 3.09, which is we use the slope formula, that is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, that is come to minus 2.33. okay. Now we put this slope in the formula of energy band gap of diode, that is the slope upon 5.036, which is a universal, which is the formula for calculating energy band gap diode. Okay, so it comes to 0.56. So we have calculated that the energy band gap of a given diode is 0.56. Okay, here we see that the standard value 0.7 electron volt, and the calculated value we calculate here is 0.56 electron volt. Here we observed that there are some errors which we have calculated here. Standard value minus calculated value upon standard value, that is 0.7 minus 0.56 upon 0.7 into 100. Here we have to calculate the error. For that, the standard energy band gap of a silicon diode is 0.7 electron volt. So the formula is standard error minus standard value minus calculated value upon my standard value into 100. That is 0.7 minus 0.56 upon 0.7 into 100, which comes to 20% error.